my name is Brittany Kassar, and I'm going to be focusing on CAMPHOR in our children. I'll be taking a closer look at the over-the-counter health hazards accessible. It is a known fact that toddlers have a tendency to get into products they shouldn't have. It is also very common for small children to put almost everything in their mouths, especially during stages of teething and when they are experiencing new foods and tastes. Small children are very curious and have a high tendency to put everything in their mouths. Therefore, our cause for concern is accidental ingestion of available household toxic substances in infants and small children. The chemical compound we are focusing on, CAMPHOR, is classified as very toxic in a class 4. The probable human lethal dose is 50 milligrams to 500 milligrams. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, irritability, confusion, seizures, respiratory depression, coma, or even death. CAMPHOR is a cyclic terpene with ketone structure that is highly aromatic. CAMPHOR is also highly lipophilic, which adds to its rapid movement across mucous membranes and its large volume of distribution. After absorption, CAMPHOR is oxidized to camphorol, which is then conjugated in the glucuronide form. It is often used as an irritant, rubefacient, and acts locally on the skin and mucous membrane to induce feelings of comfort and warmth. It provides sensations of coolness when inhaled. It also produces a placebo effect of relieving pain due to the application and medicinal odor. So where can we find CAMPHOR? CAMPHOR is found in many common household products, such as medicated chapsticks, cold sore remedies, Bengay products, and the most common ones that I found were CAMPHOR2, which is a cold sore treatment containing 10.8% CAMPHOR, also containing 4.6 milliliters of the lethal dose of 500 milligrams of CAMPHOR. My next product is Vicks Vapor Rub, which is an external analgesic rub containing 4.81% CAMPHOR, and 10.4 milliliters contain 500 milligrams of CAMPHOR. The final product is Anbesol cold sore medication, which contains 3.0% CAMPHOR, and 16.7 milliliters contain 500 milligrams of CAMPHOR. These are just to name a few common products containing CAMPHOR. To give a better idea of how toxic these chemicals are, 21 milliliters of Vicks Vapor Rub or 10 milliliters of CAMPHOR2 each contain 1 gram of the potentially lethal dose to a small child. There is little therapeutic value to CAMPHOR, and its dangers outweigh its alleged usefulness for these products. There have been many cases reported of children ingesting products containing the chemical CAMPHOR. I have listed 4 of the cases that struck my interest and stood out to me. The first one was of a 3-year-old girl who was admitted to the University of Michigan Medical Center for projectile vomiting, preceded by a generalized convulsion by 2 hours. After medical examination, it was revealed a distinct odor of CAMPHOR on the breath. The mother reported that the child had been found with an open jar of Vicks Vapor Rub. She also reported 1 tablespoon, estimated of 1.7 grams of CAMPHOR missing. Therefore, we can estimate that the child consumed 0.7 grams of CAMPHOR. The next is of a 4-year-old girl who ingested 2 ounces of Vicks Vapor Rub, which caused her to seize 9 hours after ingestion. The next one is of a 2-year-old boy with canker sores who was under the care of a babysitter. The babysitter applied CAMPHOR2 to his lesions. While the babysitter was not paying attention, the child drank 9.5 milliliters of solution. He experienced a 5-minute seizure and was placed in the ICU. The final case is of a 2-year-old who ingested approximately 10 milliliters of CAMPHOR2. He developed seizures within 10 minutes and CNS suppression for about 24 hours. Therefore, the most common side effect of ingesting the chemical CAMPHOR are seizures and vomiting. Side effects can occur immediately without warning or hours after ingestion. So let's take a look at the facts of CAMPHOR. In 2001, 7,805 cases of topical camphor ingestion in children younger than 6 years old were reported. Small doses are dangerous, and exposure to 500 milligrams or more requires immediate health care. As little as 1 gram has been fatal in a 9-month-old child. The Committee on Drugs of the American Academy of Pediatrics has recommended the removal of camphor from all products. Most healthcare professionals condemn products containing the chemical camphor due to its accessibility and the extreme risk of the products. The American Association of Poison Control has presented data that proves camphor continues to be a common source of pediatric exposures. So what's been done to make camphor safe? On products containing camphor, they have the basic warning labels, which clearly only focus on children 2 years and younger, by stating that the product is safe for adults and children 2 years and over. When you just previously heard about cases of children over the ages of 2 who have ingested products containing camphor and received severe side effects. It has also been proven safe when used topically in low concentrations for short periods of time. These low concentrations are 0.1% to 11% of camphor. Now, this is when the product is used as directed. We are focusing on cases when children ingest the product as it is not directed and at high doses of the product. In addition to in 1983, the FDA reported the benefits of camphorated oil are insignificant when compared to risk. Camphorated oil was sold over the counter and commonly confused with castor oil. There were many cases reported of people consuming large amounts of camphorated oil and experiencing severe side effects. Therefore, they banished the marketing of camphorated oil in the U.S. They also regulated that over-the-counter products cannot contain more than 11% of camphor. But we have to remember that it is the dose that makes the toxicity. And even though these products have a safe level of 11% of camphor, when it is ingested, when it is not directed, the toxicity goes up. So what needs to be done? I believe parents need to be more educated on camphor and its side effects. Camphor is not very popular and is not well known as a health hazard in homes. It is not very common to put Vicks Vapor Rub on your children and leave the jar by the bedstand or have it around the house, and most parents are unaware of the extreme side effects of the chemical camphor within these products. The Food and Drug Administration needs to investigate the benefit to risk ratio of over-the-counter products containing camphor. If camphor is proven of value by the FDA, then products containing the chemical need 2 actions. The first one, they need clearer warning labels that explain in detail the side effects of ingestion by children of at least 4 years old and younger. Then they need to require child-proof packaging and containers. If these products can be so detrimental to children and cause severe side effects in them, then they should have child-proof packaging and containers. This should not be a question. So, final questions and concerns. I want you to think about how often children get a hold of products they shouldn't have. Children at young ages are experimenting with foods, smells, and tastes. They are curious and don't know better. Even at younger ages, they are teething and put things in their mouths to soothe their pain. Camphor has a very distinct smell, which smells minty and sometimes can be mistaken to taste good. So it's not the parents' fault, or they are not negligent because children are getting into products of things like this. They are just unaware and uneducated of the side effects. My next question. Have you ever put Vicks Vapor Rub on a child 4 years or younger? If yes, after my presentation, would you continue to do so? Is the assumed benefit of these products worth the risk? Most of these products produce placebo effects of relieving pain and don't actually have a value. Therefore, if severe side effects are preventable, let's protect our children at any cost. There should be no price tag on preventing our children from experiencing such severe side effects such as seizures, nausea, vomiting, and sometimes even death. Thank you. and I hope you learned something new about products containing the chemical CAMPHOR.